sir?
I'm Larry Wesner, and Washington County native. My father and mother lived in Washington County. He was Claude Wesner, and my mother was a Reynolds, Geraldine Reynolds Wesner. And this is about the Reynolds side of the family. And the Robertson is who my grandfather, George Reynolds, was taking apples to the Cave River Valley area over north of Campbellsburg. They made fine peach and apple brandy, I'm told, and he'd bring wagon loads of apples over and sell them. And he got acquainted with Mary and decided that he'd like to see a little more of Mary, so pretty soon he wasn't bringing apples, he just rode the horse on horseback. And there's stories about riding home, and it was so stormy and dark you couldn't see your hand in front of your face, and how an elderly lady helped him across the river, across Buffalo Creek, north of McKinley, on his way home from courting Mary one night. And he claimed she saved his life, and as a result, for as long as she lived, she got to keep that house on his property. And he furnished her with a hog to butcher each year and a cow to milk for as long as she lived. And so that's a little bit about how they became acquainted. The Robertsons, as I said, was in the distilling business. They had a beautiful old home down there in the valley. Had three-cornered goldfish ponds in the corners of the living room, and the pressure water, moving water from the cave, circulated through there and made a healthy place for goldfish. Kind of a novelty that you don't see every day. Most of the buildings, if not all the buildings, are gone now, and it belongs to Spring Mill State Park, which we hope will develop and fix it up and let it get the credit it deserves as part of Indiana. Because I'm told back in the distilling days, the early distilling days, at least at one time, Jefferson Township, which adjoins Brown Township, where the caves are, Jefferson Township had more distilleries or bootleg places than any area of that size in the USA. That's a pretty big if, so I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that. And had some real characters involved too. Whiskey Bill Gibson was one of the key guys that was involved in the bootlegging business. He was located out on Millport Knobs, north of town. Had a halfway house, halfway down, a house on the hill up on the south side, and the one down the valley, down by the river, was on the north side. And they had a private telephone system. And if a revenuer approached us from the south end, he'd just get on the phone and say, "Revenuers are coming up the south end." Well, that gave them time to straighten out the Midway house and the north house, and sometimes get rid of him without being fined or getting in trouble. Whiskey Bill was quite a character. He had a restaurant over by Austin, Scottsburg area, about halfway in between on 31. Some of you may remember that. It was shaped like a big coffee pot, and it was a restaurant and a truck stop. The coffee pot. Whiskey Bill Gibson. Whiskey Bill was on trial in Salem court for something, I don't recall what it was, doesn't matter now. And a guy by the name of Archbishop, who he had crossed up, and Archbishop walked into the courtroom and shot him right in the back. Killed him outright. That's the way they played ball back those days. A little spice for the paper. And so George married Mary, and eventually probation took over. The family had a big warehouse in Louisville, stored full of liquor. They locked it up and walked away. After the repeal of the probation, they went back down, unlocked the building, and every stinking bottle, every barrel of liquor was all gone. So that ended their distilling career in southern Indiana. But there were a lot more companies and individuals making liquor, I'm told. And that pretty well sums that part of it up right now. So we'll cut it off for right now.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.